Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Paulo. Wait, I've never called myself Coach Paulo before. Let's backtrack a little bit. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Paulo, and I'm going to be leading us today through a core workout. Equipment that you are going to need, I got a mat, and I have 2 sets of kettlebells. You do not need 2 sets of kettlebells. You only technically need 1 weight, and it doesn't even got to be a kettlebell. You could have a dumbbell, you could have a gallon of milk, whatever, something heavy and kind of small. But before we get into that, we're going to be going through a little warm-up. So we're going to be on our wrists a decent bit today, so we want to get those wrists nice and warm. We're going to go ahead, clasp our hands together, and we're going to go into figure 8s. Think about your middle finger drawing the number 8 sideways. So I guess an infinity symbol. Let's go one direction. We're going to go for 10 total. Once you get through those 10, we are going to switch direction. These are like surprisingly hard, coordination-wise. So if you don't get them perfectly, just do some regular wrist rolls, you're fine. I just like how these feel. All right, after this, we're gonna go ahead and take it to the floor. We're gonna go into bird dog. We wanna try to get that core connected with the rest of our body. We're gonna be on all fours, knees and hands. And you'll notice I have some space in between my knees. So let's not have the knees right next to each other. Get some space, it'll help you balance out. From here, we are gonna focus on core contraction. So I want you to think of pulling that belly button into your spine and bring that rib cage down. Almost like you're trying to hunker over. We're really trying to squeeze that core the entire time we're doing this. What's gonna happen is right arm is gonna extend out with left leg, and the goal is for the rest of the body to stay as still as possible. So we're gonna be moving really slow through these. After this one, we're gonna alternate, go into the opposite side, and come back in. We're gonna go for 12 total. This is 3 right here. And if you notice, I'm driving with my heel, and I'm not pointing with my toe. So avoid that point, keep the heel, bring it back in. Let's go for 8 more. And again, keep that core braced the entire time. You might hear my voice getting a little funny. It's because I'm just squeezing really hard. Last 4. And last one. All right, we're gonna stay in this position, and this may be a move that you're pretty familiar with. If you do yoga a lot, we're gonna go into cat-cow. So we are gonna inhale when we pull our lower back into the ground and head comes up for cow position. And we're gonna exhale when we go into the cat. We're pushing that lower back into the sky, getting some good rounding. Go ahead and do this with your breath. Big inhale. And exhale. Let's go for 5 more at your own pace. Last 3. And 1 more. Nice. After that, guy, we are gonna go ahead and get onto our side and go for some mid-back openers. I like these before a core workout because you're gonna notice me say during the workout, push your lower back into the ground a lot. So obviously our back is gonna have to play some type of part in this. So let's get that back warmed up. Let's open it up. We got 5 on each side. Opening it up and closing. Allow yourself to feel that stretch. Don't rush through these. Open it up. Feel that shoulder get closer to the floor every time. Last 2, 4, and 5. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Same exact thing. Make sure my fanny pack doesn't get in the way. Again, hands out in front. Top leg forward. Open up the chest. I'm probably going to hit the chair every single time I open up, so I'm moving forward. 3, 4, 5. Nice. Okay. We should be feeling pretty warm. We're going to be going through 2 separate sections today. They are both going to be circuity, but it's not going to be as intense as a regular circuit. First section we have is going to be 3 exercises. I'm going to show you all of those first, and then we'll get into it. We have a north to south plank, dead bugs, and plank with a leg tuck. I don't know the scientific name for that one, but you'll get the gist once I show you it. For these north to south planks, I'm going to grab my 15-pound kettlebell, and I'm going to get into a high plank over it. If you can't hold a high plank, that's totally fine. You can do these on your knees. It looks exactly the same, just on your knees. I'm gonna show you off my knees to start off. So we're gonna have this kettlebell kind of lined up with our belly button. So our hands are over the kettlebell. My feet are gonna be wide. So I'm not gonna have them in here. It's gonna be super hard to balance. So wide stance, unless you're super coordinated and can balance that well. From here, one hand is gonna grab the kettlebell, put it in front of my body, and bring it back to where it was at. And then I'm gonna alternate. Opposite hand, grabs that kettlebell, pulls it back to where it's at. That's 2 right there. We're gonna be going for 10 on every set. After those guys, we're gonna be getting to dead bugs. We're gonna put your weight to the side. We're gonna be on our back. Arms are gonna be up in front of you. Legs are gonna be up with some flexion in the knees. We're gonna squeeze the upper back together. From here, the main purpose of this is to drive that lower back into the ground the entire time. Something that helps me when I have issues not getting this arch under here is lifting my head up. Will it make the exercise harder? Yes, but you're putting your back in a safer position. So if you need to do that, do that. Squeeze the upper back, drive that lower back down. Right arm is gonna move out with left leg. It's kind of like backwards bird dog. Same thing, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna be going for 10 of each exercise. And again, I'm contracting that core, pushing the lower back into the floor. After I finish those guys, I'm going into a plank with a leg tug. Like I said, not its scientific name, but we're gonna be going into a low plank. We're gonna be down on our forearms here. Keep the butt low here. We're gonna hold this position, and again, like I said, just for 10, we're bringing knee to elbow. So left knee to left elbow, bring it back down. And then we alternate. So we end up with doing 5 on each side. So now that we know what we're doing, let's go ahead and get into it. Grab your weight and get set up for the north to south kettlebell pull. And again, like I said, if you need to do them on your knees, by all means, do them on your knees. It'll look like this. Get that straight line from your knees to the top of your head. You're doing the same thing. Each one of those is a rep. But let's get into the actual workout now. We're gonna go for 10 of these, and then we're going to dead bugs. So let's get wide. Let's do this. And if you need to change your positioning in the middle of your set, whether you feel like it's too easy or too hard, by all means, feel free to use that modification or the progression. This is 6, 7, and it's kind of similar to that bird dog where the purpose is for the rest of your body to not move. It's essentially an anti-rotational core exercise. And that's 10 right there. Let's put our weight to the side. We're going to dead bugs. On our back. Push that lower back into the ground. Squeeze the upper back. Right arm driving with left leg. Take it slow. And again, we're gonna go for 10 total. This is 3 right here. You probably won't hear me talk too much during this because I feel like when I'm contracting my core, it's a little hard to talk. Last 3. And 10. Nice. All right, let's get into that low plank position. We got those leg tucks. We're down on our elbows. Our butt isn't sticking up in the air. We got it low, lined up with our back. Left knee to left elbow for 1, 2. Try to get that knee as high as you can. This is 8. Last 2. 9 and 10. Nice. That finishes up our first round. Go ahead and take a break, drink some water, wipe the sweat off your face if you need to. We're gonna chill for about 30, 45 seconds. If you need more time than that, go ahead and pause the video. Whatever you need, feel free to take that. Don't chill for too long that your body gets cold and you gotta warm up again though. But we're gonna be doing that same exact thing over again right now. And if you wanna change that weight, you felt like that was a little bit too easy for you, you can go a little bit heavier. I certainly am not. This 15-pound kettlebell is serving me well, and y'all aren't gonna like me if I go heavier. So let's go ahead and go to this next one, do the same thing, going for a north to south plank. Set up that kettlebell where your belly button's gonna be. And again, if you wanna transfer onto your knees, by all means, go ahead and do that. But with all that said, let's do it again. We got 10. Halfway through. And last 2. That's 10 right there. On our backs for dead bugs. Again, squeeze that upper back. If you need to lift your head up, go ahead. Keep that lower back down. Don't let yourself get any arch right here. Let's go for 10. Something that kind of helps me mindfully brace is I actually like to take a big inhale into my stomach and then squeeze my stomach as if I'm about to get socked. You don't have to do that, but for people that have trouble bracing, I find it to be a pretty helpful cue. And again, don't race through these. 8, last 2. 9, and 10. All right, let's get into that plank with a leg tuck. I'm very happy I put dead bugs in between these 2 exercises because the combination of north to south plank with the plank leg tucks hits your obliques really hard, and mine get tired really fast. So I'm glad I get a little kind of a break. But low plank right here, hips low, drive that knee high into the elbow. Let's go for 10. 7, last 3, 8, 9, and 10. Right there, go ahead and rest. Take that break. I'm probably gonna take about, again, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. We'll see how I'm feeling in a little bit. But like I said during our last break, if something was too easy or too hard for you, you have more options than just changing the weight. If it's too easy, you can bump up those reps. Right now we're doing 10 of each one. If you wanna do 12 to 15 because you're feeling insane, by all means, go ahead. If you wanna take out the rest time and just do them consecutively, you can also do that. You don't always have to go heavier or lighter. But we are gonna be going through that one last time, and then we're gonna get into something called loaded core work. We're gonna be using 2 kettlebells at some point. Oh, that means I lied to you at the beginning of the video. You do need 2 weights possibly, but you can make it work with 1, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and do this last one right here. All right, north to south plank. Legs are wide. Let's go, last set right here. That's 5 right there, halfway through. As I feel myself getting tired, I just have to remind myself that the $1 million I'm making off of filming this video will pay for 1/4 of my parking tickets I've gotten on the street I live on. Last 2. And 10. Right there, let's go into dead bugs. I think those north to south planks are probably the hardest part of today's exercise. All right, lower back down, head up if you need it. Right arm and left leg. Let's do it slow. Another thing you can do to make this exercise a little harder is have some weights in your hand. And when I say weights, I mean like 2 pounds, 3 pound weights, nothing crazy. Last 4. 9, and 10. Right there, okay. Last exercise. Let's do those leg tucks. Low plank. Hips low. Don't stick that butt up in the air. Let's go for 10. Halfway through. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. That finishes us up with that portion. Now we're gonna be going through that second portion after I wipe the sweat off my face. This shirt probably wasn't the best idea because I know I'm gonna sweat through it. So if I'm looking disgusting by the end of the video, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Okay. So we're gonna be going through some march variations. These are called marches. They're also considered a loaded core exercise because we are using weight to actually force our core to work. At the start, you'll only need 1 kettlebell, and due to my lie at the beginning, if you have a second one, go ahead and use it, and I'll show you when that comes in. So again, 3 movements, they're all very similar. We're gonna take a single kettlebell, we're gonna put it overhead. From here, we have to be super intentional with that core because it is very easy to do this with just neglecting our core and not using it at all. So we need to bring that ribcage down to the belly button. And again, squeeze your stomach as if someone's about to hit you. So you're getting that flex in, not just in the abdominals, but these obliques as well. So squeeze that entire core area. Once we're in this position and we got that brace settled, left leg is gonna come up for 10 tucks. So we're coming here, squeezing for 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. And it's gonna be the same exact thing on the opposite side. This is the second movement. Left arm up, right hand out to your side, right knee up for 1, 2, all the way to 10. From here is when you can or won't use 2 kettlebells. I'm gonna use 2 just for an example. I'm coming up here, cleaning them up. I'm in a front rack carry. I got these elbows down at my side. I'm squeezing my armpits, same exact thing, staying super intentional about that core. And now I'm gonna do both legs. I'm gonna be alternating right and left. And we are gonna be going all the way to 12, so we get 6 on each side. But with that explained, let me wipe my sweat one more time and we'll get to the actual set. I had the image in my mind when I said we're doing both legs, is like we're gonna jump up with both legs at the same time. If I made this a really crazy class, maybe we'll do that next time. Okay, let's do this. Like I said, let's start off with that single weight. We're gonna go right arm up first, tuck that elbow in tight, squeeze the core, press it overhead, left arm comes out to your side. Let's get this left leg up. Again, squeeze that core, especially pay attention to it when that knee is coming up and driving. These are a great, dare I say, replacement for crunches for people that have issues with their lower back. During those movements, these loaded core exercises are much more forgiving. This is 10 right there. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Left arm up, right arm out, right knee up. And again, this isn't something you gotta speed through. We're just trying to be mindful about that core working. If you don't feel anything happening in your core, you're probably not bracing super great, so that's something to take care of first. The last 2, 9, and 10. And I never explained how you can do this if you only have one weight. So if you only have one weight, hug it into your chest, squeeze down those armpits. You're doing the same thing, but I'm used to. But same concept. Armpits down, squeeze. We're going for 12. 3. 6, halfway. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Right there. Go ahead and take a break before we do that again. A little note on those kettlebells. If you feel your wrists kind of uncomfortable, they're slinging them back, think about pointing your knuckles into the ceiling. It helps us get those wrists a little bit stronger, makes the kettlebells slightly more comfortable. I know when I first got into using kettlebells more, I felt like I just had like a lot of wrist discomfort, and I realized, I was just letting my wrist hang rather than actually trying to be like a little bit more intentional and bring those knuckles forward. Even with the knuckles forward, it's sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, but it's kind of something you just get used to. I like to compare it to when I first tried doing like a barbell squat and how uncomfortable the bar felt on your back, but like after doing it a few times, it doesn't bother you anymore. At least I think it's the same concept. But if you need some more rest, pause the video, take your time, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this next set. And again, we're doing the same thing over. We're gonna probably go through this another 2, maybe 3 times. We'll see how we're doing on time. But let's do the second one right here. There's a hair on me. Okay. And again, if you want to get heavier weight or lighter weight, let's do that now. Right arm is going up, left arm out to our side. Let's go, left leg, and squeeze the core. Last 4, 9, and 10. Right there, let's switch. And I'm already dripping sweat, so you might be doing the same thing. But also, I feel like maybe I have a condition. I sweat for anything. 7, last 3, 8, 9, and 10. Grab both or just one. Wait, again, it don't matter. We're coming up here. We're going for both now. We're going for 1, 2, 3. Make sure to stay intentional. I know y'all are gonna get sick of that word, but it's important to not forget about that core. Last 4, 10, 11, and 12. Nice. Go ahead and rest. I think I may actually bump up the next set and go up to some 20s just to challenge myself a little bit more. But if y'all want to stay where you're at, let's do that. I'm going to chill for about 30 seconds to a minute, attempt to collect myself. But I find these exercises to be super helpful with like day-to-day things because, I don't know, I can't tell you the last time I was just living a normal life and I had to do a crunch for something like useful. But I do have to carry a lot of things, not necessarily overhead, but it does help me get having that weight in front of me while I'm walking with it a lot easier. So, dare I say the word functional, but I feel like these are some pretty functional exercises. But let's go ahead and get into this next exercise. Like I said, I'm gonna bump up the weight a little bit. We're doing the same exact thing. I got a 20 pound here. Again, right arm is going up. Left arm coming out to our side. We're bringing that rib cage down, flexing it as if I'm about to get socked. Left leg into the stomach. Let's go for 10. You may feel your shoulders also burning. Holding this weight overhead does put some load on them. That's totally fine as long as you're not feeling pain, obviously. Last 2. And 10. Let's switch sides. Right arm out. Let's do it. And again, if you want to bump up these reps, by all means, go ahead. Last 4. 9 and 10. All right, both weights now. Let's see if I regret this. All right, front rack position. If you want to make this super hard, you're bored, you can put both above your head while you do this march position. I'll go ahead and do that now just because I'm already here. Why not? Let's go for 12. Last one. I just love marches. There's so many different like progressions and modifications for them that it's almost impossible to get bored of them unless you like hate working out, which that's understandable. I feel like crazy people do this. That's okay. And 12 right there. Go ahead and rest. So it looks like we are good on time. We're gonna do that one more time. So collect yourself, drink some water, get some deep breaths in before you do this one last time. And I'm gonna stick with those 20s. They felt good. But we only got one more time, so let's try to gas out during this last one. If you feel like you can get that heavier weight safely, let's do that heavier weight. Let's push ourselves to this last one. But if you feel like you're nearing passing out, do no weight. All right, last one right here. Sticking with those 20s. Let's do it one more time. Right arm up, elbow is tucked. I'm going overhead. Left arm out, left knee in. Let's do it. Last 4. 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and switch. Same thing, going overhead. Let's do it. I'm realizing I'm unintentionally giving a thumbs up with my hand that I have out. 6, last 4. 8, 9, 10. Right there. Let's grab both. And I feel like it'd be wrong of me to tell y'all to gas out and not do it myself. So we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. We're getting both these 20s, getting them overhead. Let's go for 12. And if you need to take these slower because it's a little harder for balance, like I am right now, do that. Halfway through. Last 4. 10, 11, and 12. Right there. That finishes us up with the hard part of our exercise. Now we can do some of the nicer stuff. We're gonna go ahead and cool down and do some stretches. We're gonna go ahead and start off on the floor. Let's get down on our bellies. We're gonna be here, and we're just gonna push our chest up. Feel the stretch in those abdominals. And we're just gonna breathe here for about 20, 30 seconds. If you wanna hold longer or shorter, that is up to you. But let's try to hit at least 20 seconds. Whoops. And for this next one, we're actually gonna mimic an exercise we warmed up with. We're gonna go ahead and do those mid back openers again. So we're gonna lay on our side. Let's go into that. Oops, laying on my fanny pack. Arms out in front, top leg forward. Let's open up that chest and just hold it here. We're gonna hold for about 20 seconds. Try to get that heart rate to slow down. I like to just take deep breaths while I'm here. And 3, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. It's kind of gross. I feel like I'm sliding on the mat from me sweating. All right, open it up. And again, just for like 20 seconds. I feel like I'm watching an ambient YouTube video with this music. About 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's get back up on all fours. We're gonna go ahead and go into a pigeon pose. So we're gonna be on all fours. One leg is going to kind of turn in diagonally while the other one reaches back so we can sit into this hip. From here, we're gonna bring our hands close to the knee and we're gonna push our chest up. It's kind of similar to a scorpion pose that we started off with, except now we're gonna stretch out that hip and the glute a little bit more too. And again, just staying here, focusing on deep breathing in the nose, out the mouth for about 20 seconds. And again, this one I know feels really enjoyable for some people, so if you want to sit here longer, there ain't nothing wrong with that. And let's go ahead and switch legs. So go back into that all fours position. Again, same thing. Leg comes in diagonally, other leg reaches back until we're sitting this hip. Hands come next to this knee, and we're gonna push the chest up. Whoops. About 5 more seconds. All right. Last stretch we're gonna be doing. Feels a little bit silly, but it also feels really good. So I'm on all fours, my legs are kind of wide. I'm gonna bring my right hand through this little ditch right here. I'm gonna touch my shoulder onto the floor, and I'm just gonna stay here. You'll more than likely feel this in your back. This other hand can either stay here or you can reach it out. I don't feel like it really makes a difference for me, so whatever feels most comfortable for you. And again, we're just gonna lay here in this kind of funky position for a little bit. This one I primarily feel kind of like under my shoulder, like in my lats. So it should be pretty similar for you. Let's go ahead and switch sides, get back onto all fours. Same thing, left hand, here I'll face this way so I'm not turned away from y'all. Left hand is gonna go through this ditch right here, shoulder's gonna touch the floor, and this hand, you can do whatever you want with it. About another 5 seconds. 2, 1. All right. That finishes up our warm-up and our workout. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did, and hopefully you didn't sweat as much as I did because this feels unmanageable. But have a good rest of your day.